everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So I haven't done one of these in a while. I think I've only done one of these types of videos on my channel, and it's TJ Maxx predictions. I originally got this video idea from Liora, so I will link her channel down below. She hasn't done one in a while, but she still does her weekly Heaven at TJ Maxx videos, and I highly recommend those. She has found some really great stuff at TJ, and I think because she probably lives in New York, she can find some really great products there, and sometimes can get things more quickly than maybe like for instance myself, because I'm not in as large of a city. I definitely am still in a larger city, but you know what I mean. So anyways, I have a few makeup goodies here that I just wanted to go ahead and just kind of make a prediction that they're going to be found at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. And I'm strictly doing TJ and Marshalls. I'm not doing Nordstrom Rack or anything because I actually don't really shop at Nordstrom Rack. I just feel like their prices are not discounted enough most of the time. So let's just jump right on in. I have a few products to talk about. So I think that the Wet n Wild Twin Stars collection is going to be found at TJ Maxx. This is something that I can't imagine that it did well. I don't know, it kind of came out of nowhere. I think the palette was really cute, but if I'm being honest, I don't even know who the little twin stars are. I think I may have seen their like logo, you know, in other places, but I was just really kind of taken aback by this makeup release. And so I think this is going to be found there within maybe a few months. And the reason that I think it's going to be there is because the SpongeBob and Wet n Wild collection has been found already. I personally have not found that yet at my TJ. I already own the palette, so I wouldn't pick anything up, but I have also seen that some people are finding like the Saved by the Bell collection from Wet n Wild as well, and that recently released. So I do think that this little twin stars will be found there, specifically the Cotton Candy Clouds palette, because a lot of the times it's the eyeshadow palette that gets found. And before we move on, I do want to mention, because I didn't have a photo of it because I forgot, but one product that I'm hoping goes to TJ, because I am kicking myself for not picking this up. I did not realize how limited edition this product actually was, and it's the Bare Minerals bronzer. I am praying that this is going to be found at TJ Maxx and Marshalls, because if it is, I'm scooping it up the first time I see it, because I am so upset at myself that I didn't pick one of those up. Like I said, I didn't know that it was that limited edition. If I would have known, I probably would have picked one up, because those are pretty well loved and people are still talking about them. So if I see that those are being found at TJ, I'm like going to be hunting them down. So I just wanted to mention that that's actually the one product that I'm like, please be found there so that I can buy it, because I missed out. But the next collection is the Makeup Revolution and the Simpsons collection. Again, I don't know where this came from. It is so out of the ordinary to me that they did this collection, but I think this is going to be found at TJ Maxx. I'm almost 99% sure, because the Friends collection is already been found, and there are so many other Makeup Revolution goodies at TJ. So do not pay full price for Makeup Revolution, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to find some at TJ, and I think this will be definitely found there, because again, like, this just came out of left field for so many people, and I could be wrong. Maybe this just didn't do well like in the States. Maybe in the UK it did really well, but I did not see anybody talking about this. And then I have on my list the MAC holiday collection. I'm pretty sure this is also going to be found there. It's not 100% guaranteed. I'm not like as confident in this collection as I am like the Makeup Revolution one I just spoke about. But the reason I think this is because a lot of MAC ends up at TJ Maxx. I just feel like MAC isn't as popular as it used to be. I'm sure they have really great products still, and maybe if I can find like those single shadows, I might pick up one from TJ, because they look stunning. Like, the swatches look stunning. coming. But yeah, I can almost guarantee that at least the lip products from this collection are going to be found there, because I feel like that's what we find most at TJ are the lip products from MAC. And then similarly to the Makeup Revolution and Simpsons one, I think that the Makeup Revolution and the Corpse Bride collection is going to be found at TJ. Now, I'm pretty sure this one was probably more well received than the Simpsons one, because more people are probably more interested in the Corpse Bride, because I don't think, from my knowledge, that a brand has collaborated with the Corpse Bride, and a lot of people love those movies. And so maybe this one, you know, did pretty well, and maybe it won't be at TJ, but I can still kind of, you know, guarantee that this will be there just because of how much Makeup Revolution ends up at TJ. And then we have this. Now, not surprisingly, but over the past few months, there has been so much Morphe at TJ Maxx, so much Morphe. I mean, basically all of the Jaclyn Hill Vault is at TJ. The Coca-Cola palette has been there. The Maddie Ziegler palette has been there. I haven't seen the Madison Beer palette, but there's just been a lot of Morphe at TJ. And so I think that the Morphe and Sour Patch Kids collection is going to be found there, at least the eyeshadow palette. I can't really speak for anything else, maybe the sponges, maybe, but I'm pretty sure that maybe the eyeshadow palette will be found there, just because it's Morphe, it's a collection of like a collab, and the Coca-Cola one ended up there, so I'm kind of like, maybe there's a possibility that this one will be there too. So yeah, that might be there. And then this one is kind of a stretch, and I was like really leaning towards not including it in this video, but then I was like, Sabrina, you know what? Like you know TJ, right? Like you shop there a lot. Like if you feel like it might be there, just talk about it. Even if it's not like it's the end of the world. It's not like I'm like gambling here, you know? But this is the Beauty Blender Bounce Skin Tint, Always On Radiant Skin Tint. Anyways, but it's by the brand Beauty Blender. It's just a skin tint. I think it's going to be found there because I feel like Beauty Blender is just not really like a brand that people are talking about nowadays. I'm honestly surprised that it's still at Sephora. I can understand the sponge being sold there still, and that the sponge is being sold at Ulta still, because it's still like the original Beauty Blender, like it's what started everything. However, their makeup line, I don't know if people are talking about it. I don't think so. I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube and I consume a lot of beauty content, and I'm just not hearing about this Beauty Blender brand. Honestly, a lot of people are not even using the Beauty Blender anymore. I don't even use a Beauty Blender. I own a Beauty Blender because I still kind of like having them in my collection, but I love the e.l.f. one so much. The Kokie one was really great when I used that one. But yeah, for the most part, I pretty much just stick to the e.l.f. ones. But this skin tint might be there. I have found, I mean, a lot of people have found like their foundation, like the original one where you could actually, like the packaging was made for you to kind of fit the sponge in there. That has been found at TJ. The like Opal Essence, whatever kind of primer has been found there. And that might be it. I think some people have even found the actual Beauty Blender there. And so I wouldn't be surprised if this is found there. I think, like I said, it's a stretch because it has come out fairly recently. And because it's a skin tint, maybe more people are willing to like still buy this full price, but this could be found there. And then another Morphe palette, and this one I'm kind of hoping goes to TJ because if it is a pretty good deal, I might pick it up. But it's the Morphe and Coca-Cola Cherry Coke eyeshadow palette. And the reason I think this is going to be found there is because literally the original Coca-Cola and Morphe collaboration or collection has been found already. The brushes have been found there. The eyeshadow palette has been found there. I think the sponges, I'm not 100% sure, but I just have a feeling that at least this palette will be found there. It would be cool to find like the lip glosses too, especially if they're like cherry Coke scented. I might pick one up if they do in fact smell like that. But yeah, I would not be surprised if this is found there. And then this is kind of a stretch too, especially because of the hype. Well, not hype, but because I feel like this is a pretty good collection or collaboration, and it's the Profusion and Mean Girls collection. I haven't seen a lot of Profusion actually at TJ. A lot of like the old school Profusion is still found there. Like for instance, like their huge like contour kits and like face palettes and stuff like that, but like not actual stuff that's being sold at like Walmart, for instance. I'm not seeing a lot of that. And it could be that maybe Profusion is starting to like actually, you know, become more well known and actually become a more like, I don't want to say respectable brand because that sounds mean, because I do think that they have really great products. It's just kind of like, I feel like now they're actually being known as a brand and it's on its own rather than just like, oh, that's a brand you can find at TJ, if you know what I mean. And so I feel like maybe this could be found there. And I just think there is a possibility. I'm not 100% sure, but it could end up being there. And then similarly to the Beauty Blender Skin Tint, I think that there is, or there could be a possibility that the Beauty Blender Cream Blushes will be found there. And if they are found there, I probably would pick one up because of me and my love for cream blush. I would not pay full price for this, but if they're for a really great deal, I might try the formula. But just similarly to the skin tint, I just feel like Beauty Blender is not a brand that a lot of people are talking about. I can't imagine that these cream blushes did very well because of the competition that is cream blush. Like everybody and their mother released a cream blush this year. And so I think that there's a possibility that these could be found there. And then this is another one that I'm like putting it into the universe, like please let this be found at TJ. And it's the NARS Climax eyeshadow palette. I would die if I found this because I want this palette. I want this palette. However, it's only on the NARS website and I just cannot pay $49 for this. I don't know what it is. I can throw down $65 for a Natasha Denona palette, but for some reason I cannot spend $49 on this palette. And I think it's because I don't really own a lot from NARS, and overall it hasn't been a brand that's really impressed me over the years. And so I feel like because I haven't tried any eyeshadows from them, I'm just not willing to pay that price. And so I'm crossing my fingers that this Climax palette will be found at TJ. And if so, I am picking it up in an instant, just similar to like, definitely like the Bare Minerals thing. Imagine if I literally found both of those. Like that would be crazy. But yeah, I would love to find this palette at TJ, especially because if it's like, you know, 50% off or even 40% off, that would be amazing. But yes, here's to hoping, right? And then my final product. This is the BH Cosmetics Say It collection. And kind of similar to what I was saying about the Makeup Revolution collections with the like the Simpsons, I am like, I don't understand what BH was doing in this collection. I really don't. It's packaging that has curse words on it, and the color stories are not really like doing anything for me. And honestly, I kind of forgot that this collection even came out this year, that it even exists. And I'm kind of shocked that it even came to Ulta because of just like the vulgar packaging and all of that. Yeah, I don't think that this is doing well, this collection, because it's just like, even if, right, even if, let's say one of those palettes really screamed my name and it's really beautiful, I do not want a palette that has like vulgar language on it. I just don't, you know, and the packaging is not even cute. So like, even if it were to have a curse word on it, but it has cute packaging, maybe, because, you know, I cuss not often, but you know, I do, I'm human, but it's distasteful in my opinion, and I don't like those worlds colliding, if that makes sense. So I think that this collection, the Say It collection, these eyeshadow palettes at least, possibly the brush collection as well, could be found at TJ. So those are all of my TJ Maxx makeup predictions. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I always have fun kind of thinking about, okay, what could possibly be found there, because it's kind of like a science, right? Like you kind of have to figure out, okay, this brand, this product, how did it do? And then like TJ, ultimate destination. Do you know what I mean? So I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Also, comment if you agree with me, or comment if you think that there's a product that I didn't speak about will end up at TJ. I'm just curious to hear your thoughts. And also let me know, do you shop at TJ and Marshalls for makeup? Because I definitely do. But thanks for watching, and I will go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye.